Hi there, Aries. Welcome to my channel. This is Yetta Pearl, and I'm so glad that you've decided to join me today. So this is your angel reading for July 26th through August 1st of 2021. And it's an amazing week. It's going to be fabulous. So let's see what all the guardian angels want us to know today. So, to take as guidance or to take as sometimes it's a warning, sometimes it's, if you don't like what this reading is like, then now's the time to change it because you still have time, right? Because we do the reading in advance of the time so that you can see kind of what's coming up for you and what, maybe how to prepare for it, or maybe, things like that. And again, if you don't like it, now's the time to change something so that your trajectory can be different than that. So that's perfect. It's your guardian angels are always trying to guide you in the right direction, in the best direction for you. If you don't follow it, if you kind of feel like you've gotten off track or things like that, it's never life-threatening, because if that's not your path, to transition right now, then you won't, right? But you always do have choices along your way. You can take the easy path, or you can take the hard path, or anything in between, right? And so, they're always trying to guide you to whichever one serves you best. Sometimes the hard path is the one that serves you best, because there's something there to be learned that is going to make future so much easier. That if you didn't have that learning now, that it would be way harder to learn it later, right? So a lot of times that's where they're guiding you. Okay, so here, let's start. Guardian angel. It's a lovely picture. It really is. So your guardian angel, most people have at least one when they're born. Often there's two when you're born, and you can gain more throughout your lifetime. They could be permanently with you the rest of the time, or they could come and go a little bit, depending on what you need them for, what your challenges that you're facing. But the ones, especially the ones that you're born with, they have no other job to do. Their whole job is to be with you 24/7 from now until you transition. And their goal, their job, I guess, is to look after you, to steer you in the right direction, to keep you, kind of on your best path, to keep you learning the lessons that you decided you'd like to learn before you came to this lifetime. And so your guardian angels have never been human. They have no ego. They have no judgment. Like there's those funny memes that go around Facebook with the guardian angel with their head in their hands going, "Oh my gosh, this again, come on, person," right? There's no such thing. Seriously, it's funny and it's cute to look at, but there is no such thing. Your guardian angel has no judgment of you. Everything you do, everything you are, is perfect in their eyes. You cannot do things wrong. You can just do things the hard way or the easy way, right? So they always want to. They have this bird's eye view, right, of your life, and so they can see things that you can't, and they want to just steer you in the directions that would be most beneficial to you. So even when it feels like a really difficult time, there's something in that you need to experience in order to accomplish what you have set out to accomplish, right? And so your guardian angels, they will give you signs, and they will whisper in your ear, and they will put their arms around you and things like that you can notice to keep you on the track that they are showing you, right? And it's up to you then to receive those messages. So I'm being told that you often do receive the messages, that you're not always completely trusting that that was actually a message, or that it was accurate, or something like that. And okay, so they're telling me that the lack of trust is not in your angels, like Okay, some of you truly don't really believe that you have angels. Okay, you know, it's your belief system and you're the one who has it. So you go ahead. It's not my job to try and change your mind on anything like that. I'm just telling you how I experience it and how the messages come through for me. But a lot of you, it's not that you're not getting the messages, it's that you're not sure of yourself in receiving them and translating them, things like that. So that's where I come in. I can receive them on your behalf, and I don't translate, I just blurt. But sometimes it's given to me in emotions or feelings, that kind of thing. Sometimes it's given to me in pictures. And so in that way, then I have to put it into words. I have to find the appropriate words to give you. And so hopefully I do pretty well at that most of the time. But, I give it to you exactly as it's given to me. Usually what it is I start talking, let my voice activate, and then I hear the words come out the same time you do. So that's how this works. Anyway, so this looks pretty good by the end of the week, by the end of July 26th through August 1st. If you start at the beginning of the week being in meditation, certainly you can do this daily if that's part of your practice. But especially at the beginning of the week, if you sit with yourself, feel into your inner self, see what you feel like, see what you want, see, it's that time in between full moon and new moon, and that's a very productive time. It's a time to really decide what you want, right? So sit in meditation and really decide what you want. And flesh it out. What does it look like? What does it feel like? Where is it? How does it smell? All those things, right? So when you discover what it is you want, really put that out into the universe so that the energies can start lining up to create that for you, right? And you will have to take some action steps. It doesn't have to be hard work or anything like that, but you do have to take action steps. If it's your goal to meet your forever partner, you can't just stay home sitting on the couch and expect them to just magically walk up and knock on the door, right? You have to actually put yourself out there. You have to go places where you might actually meet people. You have to socialize with friends who may introduce you to somebody. Or, you have to be open to meeting other people. And so that's not just oh, hi, how you doing? Gotta go, right? You got to put some effort into this. Even if it doesn't feel natural to you, even if it's really hard work for you to, to stay there and mingle and chit chat and all those things that a lot of people don't enjoy doing, you still have to do that in order to take steps closer to your goal of meeting your perfect someone, right? Right? So there's always the steps after the decision. Yes. And so here we have taking charge of the situation. So whatever it is that's going on, whatever it is that you want, you're the one who determines that. You're the one who kind of decides the scope of it and the speed of it and all that stuff. You take charge. It's your life. Who else can take charge of that, right? Okay, so for some of you, they're saying this is a work project, something like that it feels very much like this isn't actually traditionally your role in your workplace, but nobody else has been doing it, and you really identify a lack. You've been waiting and watching. Nobody else still has done anything about it. Why don't you, take that on? Do the appropriate communication. Don't just, leap in and do stuff that somebody maybe has a reason that it hasn't been done. You wouldn't know that, right? But go talk to the appropriate people and say, this is what I've been noticing, and I'm thinking that this would be a good solution. What do you think? And will you let me head that up? Or however it goes, right? Whatever your hierarchy is. It may very well be that you are the one in charge and you are supposed to be taking charge of the situation and you've been neglecting it, right? There's something there that it's yours to take on, and nobody else has been doing it, and perhaps nobody else is supposed to do it because it's yours, right? So make sure you step into your own responsibilities, right? Okay, so spiritual law of attraction. This is a pretty cool picture too. Now, I don't actually recognize the name at the bottom. This is an ascended master, I would say. But I do recognize the geometrics, the sacred geometry. And so the law of attraction is vibration, which is also sacred geometry. So music and vibration, sound, and all those kinds of things, those are made of geometry. And there's a lot more to it. I only know the very tip of the iceberg, so I will stop talking specifically about that. But anyway, the law of attraction is that what you put out there is what you're going to attract to you, right? So if you're always thinking down in the dumps stuff, if you're always thinking like a victim, like, oh, so-and-so did this to me, and now I am all sad and I'm upset, and, it's everything that I feel is based upon other people's actions and reactions, instead of I have complete control of my own actions and reactions, and I'm the one who created that. Now what am I going to do about it, right? So, like, did you feel the difference there in the energy? The difference is really quite shocking. It's a person who is adrift at sea and having no control over where you're headed or what's going to happen in your life, compared to the person who is hands firmly on the wheel, understanding exactly where they're steering their own ship, right? This is the difference. And you might feel like, how can I not be hurt when so-and-so does that to me or says that to me? You know what? It's your choice to stay there in it. Like, yeah, maybe it does always hurt, right? But it's your choice as to what you do about that. Their behavior is not the thing that you can control, right? If you could, you would have a long time ago. Your part in this, your relation, it's your relationship with yourself is what they're saying. And so your reactions to things are a good clue for you as to what is within you that you still need to heal, right? So that person, maybe everybody would consider that, to be very rude or whatever it is that she or he said. But at the same time, it triggered you. And that is your concern. That's the part that you can change. That's the part that you need to be concerned with. And all you can do for the other person is to have an understanding that, okay, this is where they're at in their life right now. So it's nothing to do with you. What they have inside them is what spills out. And it can't be any other way. Same with you. So when we're triggered by that, whatever, instead of feeling like a victim, look inside yourself and say, okay, wow, I really reacted. Holy cow. And now what am I going to do about that? Did I like that reaction? Did I not like that reaction? How would I have preferred to be able to react? And then you can create it. You can change your own reality exactly in that way. The old way, however it was that you maybe just a knee-jerk reaction because you learned when you were a young child that maybe that's the way you reacted the very first time you encountered somebody like this. Or maybe it's how you used to observe your parents reacting in that kind of circumstance. Or, something like that. Now you're discovering all this time later, you're discovering that, hey, maybe that's just not the best way. Maybe there's a better way. And so now you can look at that and say, okay, next time I want to be able to take a breath and not just react, just quick. I want to take a bit of time and a breath and go, how do I want to react to that? Right? And it works. Trust me, it works. Okay. And it's up to you. You're the one can do it. So here I see your twin flame. Yay, your twin flame. Your twin flame is the person who, this may or may not be a romantic involvement. This is just a meeting of souls, right? So this is the people who you just really resonate with the moment you meet them. It feels like this person, you've had people like this before, and over time, yours or theirs vibration changed, and so now the resonance is not quite there like it used to be. Perfect. That's how life is, right? So it feels like there's a brand new twin flame coming in for you near the end of this week. And it's going to feel good. I see you with a big smile on your face, enjoying this, and in fact, you are celebrating this, right? It's a very joyous thing. This celebration, it could be something, a party or, a gathering of other people, things like that. But really, it feels very much like it's your own celebration, your inner one, because you are bringing to yourself the people, right? The ones who really get you and the ones that you get them. And they're the ones that you can totally be your authentic self with without question, without feeling the need for an apology or, anything like that. This is where you can just be totally yourself. And you're going to learn a lot from that person because they will be able to reflect back to you the things that you do. Like, maybe there's a manner that you have of speaking that people tend not to understand. Well, this person will probably understand that. They may not use it exactly the same way themselves, but they will understand it, but they will be able to reflect back to you how come many people don't understand it, right? It's not an indication for you to change or whatever, unless you choose to, like, it's up to you. But it is an indication of understanding how the rest of the world sees those things and how it feels to them. I am just getting a picture of the two of you talking face to face and, being completely your own self. And that person saying, "Oh, ouch," and laughing, it's, and that you can then ask that person, "Oh, like, what do you mean? Like, ouch, what? I don't understand." Right? And that they can then explain it to you. They might not even be very good at explaining, but it doesn't matter. That they can get their point across to you that, holy, like, I'm okay. I thought it was funny, but most people would be going like this and this and this when you talk like that or when you whatever. And so it's up to you then whether you take that new thing as something, as a learning opportunity, or whether you say, "No way, I'm good myself. And I'm fine," right? It is enlightenment, is what it is. Okay, hang on. So I see that the time is getting away from us here. I'm making this longer than I normally would. Okay, so let's look at one final piece of advice from the angels. Entrepreneur. So if you are thinking about starting your own business of some kind, now is a great time. You've got all the backing you need. You've got the knowledge. You've got the personality. Some of you, I'm being shown, you have the entrepreneurial spirit, but you prefer to stay in your position, or that you find a position within a company that allows you to really work independently and do your own thing and yet not have the risks associated with entrepreneurship. So some of you, that is what's happening. Either way, it's a really great way of being. It's very much a feeling of independence, and you have what it takes. So this is an awesome reading for you, Aries. Can I ask you to assist me in sending a whole bunch of love and healing and celebration to the whole world? Yeah, that feels so good. Let's just let everybody in on this feeling, right? Okay, that is so awesome. My hands are just buzzing, tingling. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Aries. I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll see you next week.